There's a guy who likes games, and the best that he's played are the ones that you'll see on the top 100. Repeat that part. Top 100 games. Good.
Let you like that I get a little bit, just a little bit freaky.
Hello and welcome to The Discriminating Gamer, the board game review show that Robert McNamara once called a threat to national security, just because it delivered some nuclear intel to the Albanians. My name is Cody. We're working on my top 100 list, top 100 games of all time as of October 2015, and we're going to go ahead and today we're going to take a look at numbers 70 through 61. Let's get started. Well, number 70 is a great deck-building game that kind of took me by surprise when it showed up. This is Star Realms. Two players are essentially competing. They're trying to destroy each other's authority points. You can build space stations. You can get spaceships. You can get all sorts of different funky abilities. And some of the card combos here are really great. There's 4 different factions. But the two players, you're playing your cards. You get bonuses when you match factions. So there's all sorts of really fun and interesting possibilities with this game of Star Realms. I really enjoy it quite a bit. It did fall. Star Realms was my number 58, so it did fall about 12 points here. Again, not playing it quite as much as I used to, but still, this is a great two-player. I want to just hurry play a relatively quick game because it plays in like 20 minutes, but just a quick back and forth, I grab Star Realms. A lot of fun. That is from White Wizard Games. Number 69 is a war game from Avalon Hill. I think it's been published more recently by, I want to say, Valley Games. My copy is Avalon Hill, and that is Hannibal, Rome versus Carthage. Hannibal, Rome versus Carthage is a fairly involved war game in which, of course, one player takes on Rome, the other player takes on Carthage, and, of course, you have different generals that you are assigning to command armies. And as you're moving the armies around, there's different spaces and cities you can go to. Of course, there's various kind of tropes from the genre, movement restrictions, and cards you can play. One of the things I really enjoy, though, are the battles. It's one of the battle systems where you each have a hand of cards, and you play a card, the other person has to match it, then maybe they can get initiative. They play a card, then you have to match it, and the first player that can't match a card loses the battle. It's a fun system. It's a simple system, and it's a very fun system. So I really, really enjoy Hannibal, Rome versus Carthage. Again, a game I don't play nearly enough. I rarely play it because it's a longer game, and it's kind of hard to find people that want to invest that much time in a game like this, in my group anyway. So that is Hannibal. My number 69 was 44 last time. Number 68 is a game that is new to the list this year. It came out, I think, just last December or so to coincide with the latest Hobbit movie, and this is The Battle of the Five Armies. Now, I've got to tell you right now, if I can rant a little bit, I was not a fan of the Hobbit films. I loved the Lord of the Rings films, and I thought the Hobbit films just didn't care for them. In fact, the film, The Battle of the Five Armies, I fell asleep in, and I never fall asleep in movies, but I just couldn't keep my eyes open. And it was in the middle of a big action scene, and it just looked like kind of a mindless cartoon. Did not care for it, but I loved the game. The game is a lot of fun. The game, it kind of plays on that same War of the Rings system from the game War of the Rings, where you're rolling dice that kind of determine your actions, and you've got, of course, the goblins on one hand, the free folk on the other, and they're battling toward the mountain there. And it's just really a lot of fun. It's an interesting game, and I love how well it reflects the source material, the book, not the movie. I really got a kick out of that. It's just a fun, light war game. Well, I mean, it's a light war game, but there is a lot going on. There is some complexity here. Certainly there's complexities in strategy. I really do enjoy it. So that is my number 68, Battle of the Five Armies, new to the list this year. Number 67 is another light war game, and this one was number 23. So this one's fallen a lot, and that's because I just haven't gotten around to play it. I actually want to play it again because I want to do a review of it at some point, because this is a game that I just don't think got the love, again, it deserved, and I really wish it had, because I think it really deserves it. And that, of course, is War Party. War Party was from Lock and Load Publishing, and this was kind of a big box game. Now, Lock and Load's known for a lot of kind of their smaller, bookcase box war games. This one came in a big giant box. It's got a lot of stuff, a lot of counters, but it's really a fun fantasy war game where the different fantasy kind of tropes, factions are kind of moving from each side of the board. They've got natural alliances, and it just works. It's just fun. You can win an economic victory. You're trying to build cities around the board that can kind of act as forward bases. It's just a real clever, fun game. I need to play it again because I really, really enjoy this game. But that is my number 67, War Party. Now, my number 66 actually moved up quite a bit, and I have to admit it's not from playing it more because I still really haven't played it that much lately, but it's moved up just because I've been thinking about it a lot, and I've been reconsidering it, and I've been remembering a lot of the good games I had, because I used to play this a lot a long time ago. And this game it was 93, now it is my 66. This is Machiavelli. Now, Machiavelli was from Avalon Hill, and essentially it's a riff on diplomacy. Diplomacy, of course, is this, the great game of negotiating how you're going to move armies, and there's no dice, there's no luck, there's no cards. It's all about personalities. Machiavelli was the same thing, but it did add some chance. For instance, there could be plagues that could pop up, and there could be other kind of things that could happen. But it was also really thematic, too, because, for instance, one of the players could be the Pope, and he could excommunicate a player, so you couldn't talk to that player that round. So it added just some more fun thematic things. There's also different units. In diplomacy, it was just armies and navies. Here, armies, navies, and garrisons. And you could, turn armies into navies via garrisons. So really fun, some interesting new mechanics here. Again, another game I got to play again sometime soon, but it's a long game, so those are hard. But this is my number 66. Machiavelli was my 93. My number 65 is, you guessed it, another light war game. And again, this is one I haven't played in a while. However, again, I reconsidered it. I thought a lot about the fun I've had with the game in context to other games, so I decided to move this one up my list. So this was 96, and now it's my 65. This is Napoleon in Europe. Napoleon in Europe, another great light war game, and it's a game that is just, it feels grand, it feels strategic, and it really brings out the Napoleonic era. And it's cool because you have the kind of strategic battles playing out on the main board, but then you also have a tactical battle board where you actually play these really cool battles where you're trying to break the other person's line. You line up all of your units in different sections of the line, and the first one to completely lose all their units in one section of the line loses the battle. Brilliant, fun game. I think it's from Eagle Games originally. I don't know that it's in print anymore, but it's a very fun game. That is my number 65, Napoleon in Europe. My number 64 is a game that also jumped up quite a bit. It was my number 116. It wasn't even on the top 100 list last year. But again, I played it some more and reconsidering it some more. And I actually did a play last year where we played the hell out of this game, and we had a lot of fun playing this game. A very simple game, kind of a controversial game because of the system, and a lot of people don't like it. But this is the Lord of the Rings deck building game, so another J.R.R. Tolkien pedigree game here. This is based on the Cerberus engine from Cryptozoic with the DC Comics deck building game and some of those things. It's a little bit different from DC Comics, different enough that I felt I should include it as its own game here, but still, it's a real basic, easy to learn, easy to play deck builder, and just the enemies become progressively more difficult to beat. Really enjoyed it. I played the Two Towers one. I wasn't as big a fan as that. I never played the Return of the King one, maybe someday. But I really liked the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, Lord of the Rings deck building game. Again, that is my number 64. My number 63, this is a game, too, that, again, dropped several spaces. It was my number 20. Again, I can just say I think I played it at least once since last year, at least one time. Had fun with it, really enjoyed it, but why it's falling is the setup on it is killer. It's one of the most difficult games to set up because you make the slightest bit of a mistake and it can screw the game over, and it's really hard to stay on top of that. In fact, that game that I played a few months ago, I set something up wrong, and it screwed the game up. And this, of course, is Mansions of Madness from Fantasy Flight Games. This is another kind of H.P. Lovecraft game. Very fun game. When you're playing it, it's great, but that setup is just such a killer, and you almost kind of think, oh, is the game itself worth everything I'm going to put into setting it up? And the way it's structured is you have to do things with other players, then set up, then play the game. And there's like a good, at minimum, 20 minutes of setup. 15 to 20 minutes of setup, probably more, because there's so many fiddly little things you got to be on top of. And that's a killer. And of course, and yet, it's still on my top 100 list, because it is a fun game. It's interesting. The models, the minis in this are amazing. There's a mystery, there's a story, there's a narrative. It sucks you in. It's got that creepy feel that I love from horror games. It does that very, very well. So it's a good game. It's a very good game. Just be careful of the setup. So Mansions of Madness, my number 63. It was my number 20. Number 62 is a game that is new to the list this year. It's another deck builder that's kind of similar in many ways to that Cerberus engine from Cryptozoic, and yet it's different enough that it warrants its own spot on this list. So my number 62 is Dark Gothic from Flying Frog Productions. This is, again, a deck building game, but it's cool because it's got 3 currencies. Whereas the DC game, the Cerberus game only has the 1 currency, power. Marvel Legendary has kind of recruit and attack. This one has 3 different kinds of currencies. And that's cool, and you almost would think there'd be too much going on. And there's not. It works really, really well with the system. There's also a dice. Sometimes you're going to roll the dice, and the dice can have effects in the game, too. That's interesting, something I hadn't seen before in a deck builder that I really liked. It added a little spice, a little sugar to the game. And again, it's a horror-themed game, and I loved horror-themed games, and there is kind of a creepy feel there. It's based on the board game A Touch of Evil from Flying Frog Productions. And I liked A Touch of Evil. I thought it was fun. I don't think it made the list this year. It was last year. It didn't make the list this year. It's a fun game, but I actually like the deck builder better than the board game. So that is Dark Gothic from Flying Frog Productions. That is my number 62. My number 61 was my number 52 last year. It fell a few spaces, but still, it's a fantastic game. It's a light card game. It's probably the best card game I think ever invented when it comes to just the basic idea of bluffing and counter bluffing. It's absolutely brilliant. And this is Coup from Indie Boards and Cards. Now, Coup is fantastic because it's a game that just sucks you in, and it's tense, and it's okay. Should I lie here? Should I tell the truth here? If I lie, are they going to call me on it? It's a very tense and interesting game. You got to have a poker face for this game. And as a game, we played it. The play I did a year ago, we played it constantly, and we played it a lot. And it was just great game to pass time if you got a small partner to play. It was a tremendously fun experience, and I just love this game. It's a good bluffing game. I really like it. So that is Coup. My number 61 was my number 52. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is today's list. Join us again. We're going to do, of course, 60 through 51. We got a lot of fun games, several new ones that are coming up, new to the list, that I'm really excited about, and we're getting further into the list. It's just, it's getting exciting for me. I hope it is for you, too. Please leave us a comment here on YouTube, on Board Game Geek, on our Facebook page, or on thediscriminatinggamer.com. Really eager to think, to hear what you have to think about the list so far and how it's going, how it's evolving. I'm really having a lot of fun with it. I hope you are, too. So please, we also ask you to like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube. We are The Discriminating Gamer. Go out there, play a game. Play a game like you did before the dark times, before the Empire.
Please somebody help me on my feet again.
And these games... Start repeating again. Start repeating again. And these games...
Oh, I was looking at something.
That's fine, just repeat. And these games
that
you'll play
are
the best. So he says to be viewed on YouTube are the top 20. Repeat that part.
Sorry.
Top 100 games. There's a guy who likes games, and the best that he's played are the ones that just say to be viewed on YouTube, and the games that he plays are the best that he says are the top 100 games.
I thought it was around.
It's supposed to be.